Today, Pam Bondi leads the most powerful law enforcement agency in the United States, the Department of Justice. But how did she get this position? How did she become Donald Trump's closest ally? Her relationship with President Donald Trump didn't begin in Washington. It didn't begin during impeachment. It didn't begin in politics. It began with a lawsuit that never happened. But long before she defended him in the Senate, before she campaigned for him across the country, Pam Bondi was investigating him. And then suddenly, she wasn't. In the early 2010s, Donald Trump ran a business called Trump University. Despite the name, it wasn't a university. It was a real estate seminar program, sometimes costing students tens of thousands of dollars. Complaints began piling up across the country from former students who claimed that this program was aggressive sales tactics and it promised mentorship from Trump-approved experts and little real educational value was given. By 2013, multiple states were investigating. New York filed a major fraud lawsuit. California reviewed complaints, and Florida, where many students lived, was next. At the time, Pam Bondi was Florida's Attorney General. Her office received dozens of complaints about Donald Trump. Internal communications later revealed investigators were considering joining the multi-state lawsuit. If Florida joined, the legal pressure on Donald Trump would grow significantly. Then in September 2013, Donald Trump's charitable foundation donated $25,000 to a political committee supporting Pam Bondi's re-election campaign. The timing was perfect. It happened just days after her office was reviewing the case. Soon after the donation, Florida declined to pursue the investigation. No lawsuits, no charges. The case was just closed. Years later, during 2016 presidential race, reporters uncovered the donation. The Trump Foundation had violated IRS rules by donating to a political organization. The foundation paid a penalty. No court proved a direct exchange of favors, but the relationship between Trump and Bondi had now entered public view. The donation wasn't the last interaction. In March 2014, months after the case was dropped, Donald Trump hosted a political fundraiser for Pam Bondi at his Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. This was no longer a distant political endorsement. The state attorney general appeared at a private fundraising event at Trump's personal property. They were no longer just a businessman and a regulator. They were allies. When Donald Trump launched his presidential campaign in 2015, Pam Bondi quickly became one of his early national supporters. She defended him on television, supported his policies publicly, and appeared during major campaign controversies. Then, at the 2016 Republican National Convention, she delivered a speech attacking Hillary Clinton's record, firmly positioning herself inside Trump's political circle. The relationship had moved fully into the open. As we all know, in 2019, President Donald Trump faced impeachment. The controversy involved Ukraine. According to the testimony and release called records, Trump asked the president of Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden and his son, while the United States was holding military aid that Ukraine depended upon. Investigators argued this pressured a foreign government to help Trump politically. The House of Representatives charged him with abuse of power, using presidential authority for personal political benefit, obstruction of Congress, blocking witnesses, and refusing subpoena. In January 2020, Pam Bondi joined Trump's defense team in the Senate trial. She argued the president's action did not meet the constitutional standard for removal from the office and challenged the motivations behind the investigation. The Senate ultimately acquitted him. The symbolism was striking. The former state attorney general, who once considered investigating him, was now defending him in a constitutional trial. Years later, Pam Bondi would rise even higher, becoming head of the Department of Justice, the nation's top law enforcement office. Their relationship had followed a rare political arc, from political investigation to political alliance to legal defense to leadership of federal law enforcement. Supporters call it loyalty. critics call it influence. No court ruled corruption, but the story shows how relationship and politics often begin long before public notices. So, how did Donald Trump and Pam Bondi meet? Not at a rally, not in Washington. They met through a legal controversy, a donation, and a decision. And years later, that connection reached the highest level of American government. Sometimes the most important political relationship starts with the cases that never happen. Thank you for watching this. Like the video if you like the video. Dislike the video if you dislike the video. And for more content like this, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. See you next time. Peace.